Was kann man ihm freuen, Anneli, und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge der Haus of Fata Morgana. Wir sind heute im vermutlich 87. Let's Play, Freunde. Ich sag ehrlich, ich hab ein bisschen überblau verlaugt.
Wir sind in der Door 8, in der Final Door. Und diesmal for real, nicht die Fake Final Door, die vierte.
Ja, müsste 87 sein, Freunde. Ja. Und ja, ich würde auf jeden Fall sagen, wir gehen direkt rein. Wir waren schon bei der Jugend.
Vamos, let's go.
Und ja.
Barrett.
Ja, so Heritage, wie ich kenne, Freunde, Klassiker. Und jetzt sind wir hier. The road to the truth. What to believe. Ah! As I step into the chapel, I see an old man waving to the nun as he heads for the door. The man is practically beaming and judging by the vial in his hand. He's happy about more than simply having the chance to see her. Is that Saint's blood? According to Morgana's account, a disease began spreading through the city at the Harvest Festival, eventually eradicating the population. Ja. Letztes Mal hatten wir ja Mel gesagt und der hat jetzt ehrenlos untergangen. Und das war dann Dead End. Der Bastard, by the way.
Echt so.
Ja, ich würde sagen, Russia, Jugend, let's go. In a time like this, where medical knowledge is so limited, a plague would be almost unstoppable. And the sight of so many people dying so quickly could appear to them the work of a demon or a curse.
We come from the future, so we know just how dangerous this is. But they have no idea.
Morgana described it as a tale that could have only taken place in that era of miracles and spirituality, and about that she couldn't be more right.
Could we maybe warn everyone against taking the medicine?
Nee,
Vorsicht, da hat reingepisst.
ja, die glauben uns doch nicht. Die sagen, oh, es ist die Saints-Pisse.
Ja.
Am Ende.
I assume the sickness was caused by them ingesting blood, not at any rate. It's not medicine they're being given.
Ja, das wissen die ja nicht. But bottled disease like some sick joke.
What a sick joke!
If we could convince them to stop taking Saint's blood, then maybe that would prevent the city from being destroyed. But the fact that it's being distributed in the house of the Lord and peddled as a miracle cure plays right into their deep-rooted spirituality.
Okay, ich habe so eine Crack-Theorie, dass die Disease nicht von Blut kommt, sondern von was anderem, weil wir so sehr darauf fokussiert sind, dass es so eine Misdirection ist. Ich weiß auch nicht, woher sonst. Essen vielleicht oder so.
Ja, vielleicht ist einfach kein Disease, sondern einfach ein Curse. Auch.
Ah, so doch ein echter Curse.
Ja, oder einfach eine normale Plague, es ist so ein unlucky timing. Would it even be possible to convince him otherwise?
Das ist schon richtig.
And besides, it's not them we came here to save, but no, it's veering too far off our intended path. We need to find the truth and save Morgana's soul. Putting ourselves out like that is only going to get us unwanted attention, make people suspicious. And we don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. It's just, knowing what they're doing to themselves, I couldn't help but think that maybe there was something we could do. Especially considering how it all turns out.
I understand the sentiment, but I do not care about them.
Yes.
Or rather, I understand your reasoning.
Ist ja schon wieder so dieselbe
But for me, Morgana takes priority over any of them. And you over everything.
Aber wenn er sich das denkt, kann er sich dann nicht trotzdem hören.
Nee,
Okay.
das wäre dann so blau. Releasing Morgana's soul should save yours as well, Giselle. If you can eliminate the mansion's darkness, then you won't have to be trapped as its mate. Eben. Aber I have no interest in being the hero of the masters. Let's go ask about Mel's sister dann. Ja, aber dann wird zwar sie nicht getrappt von Morgana, aber dann wirst du da auch nicht hingeschickt wahrscheinlich. Ja.
Okay. Schaut an Mr. McKay von Soapboard.
Turn my gaze back toward the nun, to find her kneeling in one of the pews. She bows her head and begins to whisper a prayer. There is no one else in the chapel. Now's the perfect time to ask. Hearing me approach, she falls silent and turns to face me, wearing her usual disarming smile.
Hello, Michael. Mel was just here. He told me everything. Can't turn away a friend of Mel's. Now can we?
If you weren't a friend of him, I would have fucked you up.
Sorry for turning you down earlier.
No worries. I did a poor job of explaining myself.
So, did you need something? Ah, let me guess. Medicine?
No, I'm in perfectly good health.
I figured you were lying.
I can ask her about Saint's blood some other time. And while I have a number of questions about the man she's close with too, right now, Mel's sister is priority. Are you familiar with Mel's younger sister? She has flaxen hair, much like him.
Oh, you mean Nelly? Are you her friend too?
Oh, yes. I would say we're more...
You're better off just saying you're friends.
We're more friends, yes.
Are you friends? I would say we're more
Friends. Yes.
What about her?
I don't believe we're like at all. I would like to speak with her, and I was wondering if you might know where I could find her.
Nelly should be down at the cottage, I believe.
The cottage?
Yep, that's where I stay too. I don't sleep in the mansion itself.
So you don't live here, but only work here?
Right. For one, there are men who live here. The Lord likes to show up on occasion too, and we can't have a nun wandering around while he's here.
So you and Nelly live together, then?
Yep, we have for about 6 months or so, ever since she and Mel showed up. I wanted to let her stay with her brother, but since this is technically church property, we have to keep the boys and girls separate.
I see.
I'm so glad to hear Nelly's got a friend though.
What?
She's not from around here, so she doesn't have many acquaintances. And with how sick she can get, she doesn't spend much time outside. Which is a shame because she's such a sweet little girl. I'm her friend, of course, but I've got responsibilities. I can only be around so often. So I'm sure she'd be delighted to have someone else to talk to.
It would be my pleasure. Could you tell me the way to the cottage then?
Oh sure, it's not that far from here. You go down.
The directions I got from the nun led me to a place I know from my own time. It's the same building where the man who had been ordered to keep me under surveillance stayed. Sunlight seeps relentlessly through the trees and I find myself having to look down at my feet as I follow the path. It's blindingly bright, painful.
How are you holding up, Michel?
I'll be alright.
Machst du die Sonne?
The sun's past its peak. In a few hours I won't be nearly as bad. It won't be nearly as bad.
Don't push yourself, okay?
Okay. Trek is a reminder of just how inconvenient my body always was. And having this chance to experience being alive again comes with both the good parts and the bad. but now is hardly the time to complain about my sensitivity to the sun. Mich erinnert mich, wenn es so mit der Sonne ist, an den Charakter aus Seven Deadly Sins.
Kannst auch den Charakternamen sagen.
Nee, Iskanori Miyamura.
Ah, okay.
It's not long before we reach a clearing, a small cottage surrounded by a small garden coming into view.
Coming to you.
Encroaching by a flower bed, picking flowers, is the flaxen-haired girl. Am Flexen ist sie.
Girl.
Are you Nelly? Though several details of her appearance don't match my memory of her, she still has that distinct hair. It could be nobody else. This Nelly is considerably thinner and looks rather frail. The effects of her being ill, I presume.
Who are you?
My name is Micha. I have a few questions to ask you. Can we talk for a bit? I would have thought she'd have something by now. She'd have said something by now.
You're being way too blunt, Michael. You've gone and scared her.
What else was I supposed to say?
You have to approach slowly, carefully. Go on, give her a smile.
It's villain smile.
A nice soft smile.
Smile. I'm only here to talk. There's nothing to be afraid of. Das Geile ist, ist ja auch aus der Ich-Perspektive, deswegen weiß sie gar nicht, wie er lächelt.
Okay, that is definitely not a nice smile.
Hey, wie sieht sie's?
Da muss es so sein, dass sie aus dritte Perspektive.
Nein, sie hat gesagt, sie sieht eine Ich-Perspektive. Von Michs Augen.
Na gut, dann kann sie vielleicht spüren. Was ist das Lächeln? Oder kaum. Plot. I can't. Achso! Digga. Digga, manchmal muss aber die nächste Zeile lesen. I can't even see it and I can still tell.
What did you expect? I can't just smile on demand.
It's a bad man. A bad man has come to kidnap me. Save me, dearest Mel, before this bad man does bad things to me.
No, I'm only here to talk.
Yeah.
Calm down, please. I'm not going to do anything to you.
Genau das würde ein Kidnapper sagen. Eek, don't get any closer. I know you're trying to do bad things to me.
I'm not going to do bad things to you. I couldn't, even if I wanted to.
Don't move, or I'll call the guards on you.
But please, calm down. I mean, you no harm, honestly.
That's what all bad men say.
Giselle, don't just watch. This would be a fantastic time for a little advice.
Got it. Maybe she'll calm down if you mention Mel.
You're a genius! I'm a friend of Mel's.
What?
He was telling me about you and how you wanted someone to talk to. He asked me to go keep you company.
Mel asked you to come talk to me?
He did. Do you trust me now? No. Muss man erstmal confirm.
So that makes you his friend then?
As much as it pains me to admit it.
Michel, what on earth possessed you to say that?
Slip of the tongue.
Schon das zweite Mal.
Mhm.
You and him, is that so?
Yes.
You're pretty old to be friends with my man. Are you really, really, really his friend?
Really?
Then prove it.
How so?
If you're really his friend, then you should be able to tell me all about him.
Why in God's name would you ever subject me to that?
Do you not like Mel, Michel?
That's not it, we're just incompatible.
And about yes. Okay, here we go. First question. What does my Mel like most of
Oh,
all?
können wir jetzt auswählen?
Ah.
Fuck! Ja, okay, wir müssen Nelly sagen. Aber natürlich. Aber die Wahrheit ist Theater, glaube ich, oder? Nee, warte mal.
Ja, Books, oder? Books eigentlich.
Ja, eigentlich. Aber Nelly will safe hören, dass wir Nelly sagen.
Ja, aber vielleicht sagt sie dann so, no, that's not true.
Doch, die wird selbst wollen. 100%.
Na gut, mach.
Aber warte ganz kurz, gibt's Theater überhaupt hier? Das gibt's nicht mehr hier. Deswegen, Theater gibt keinen Sinn und Napes, what the fuck? Vernacken?
Ja, doch. Wohl,
Ja. Ihr wisst ja nicht genau, wann es spielt.
Ja.
Vor
Ja,
1999.
das stimmt, wir wissen nicht genau. Ich frage mal so, wann wurde Theater erfunden? Aber ich glaube, Theater ist schon ultra alt, hallo, das gibt's doch.
Also safe, wenn wir eins von denen falsch auswählen, dann ruft sie halt die Guards und dann Dead End, ne?
Das gab's schon im antiken Griechenland.
Ja, okay. Ja, Nelly ist es safe.
Ja, ich sag das, dann sagt sie so,
Ja, aber warte, ich weiß gar nicht mehr. Weißt du noch, als er im Theater war mit White Girl, mochte er das oder ist er hingegangen nur wegen, weil er dachte, White Girl mag, weißt du?
es war auf jeden Fall so, dass er mit Nelly nicht gegangen ist. Also,
Ja.
mag er Nelly nicht, aber ist. Oder was für Naps? Ja, Naps würde eigentlich auch passen. Ich glaube Naps. Ich glaube, es ist Naps.
Wie brauchst du Naps?
Ja, Naps heißt, weißt du, was das heißt?
Nein.
Nickerchen.
Ah.
Ich glaube, Naps ist die Antwort.
Ja, aber dieser Mel ist ein anderer als in unserer, in der
Das
anderen.
stimmt, aber der hat dieselbe, das haben die auch erwähnt,
Ja.
ist dieselbe.
Aber ich sag safe call Nelly.
Ich sag Naps, dann mach wie du willst.
Na, okay, Nelly.
You think so too? You think I'm his favorite thing in the whole world?
Na, schau, jetzt haben wir sie auf unserer Seite.
I like to believe that's what he thinks. I think it'd be wonderful if I could always be his number one. Jo.
Excessive love for her brother is still out in full force, I see. Wir haben sie
Ja.
easy auf unsere Seite geholt.
Manipulated. Second question. What kind of person is my Mel?
Dieses Spell ist schon
Was heißt denn?
Sykophant. What? Elefant?
Synko.
Also obviously Spineless Chime können wir nicht sagen von
Ja.
Nelly, also safe nice
Spineless
guy
Chime.
eigentlich.
A person who acts secretly towards someone important in order to gain advantage.
Ja, okay, nee.
Ein Schmeichler. Höfling.
Sie will safe hören, dass wir nice guy sagen.
Ja gut, mach.
He's a nice guy.
That's right. He's a very nice guy.
Na, easy. Manipulated you, bitch.
He can have his head in the cloud sometimes, but other than that, he's perfect. You know your stuff.
Third question jetzt, ne? To be honest, I was just saying what you wanted to hear.
Warum sagst du das?
Digga! Michael!
Schau, das ist mein... Hey!
Me in my big mouth. Digga, bist du dumm, Michael. Michael, wie kann man so choken?
Nee, mir scheint es nicht so zu kümmern. Okay, final question. Describe what he looks like for me. Yeah, that's easy.
Flexing head boy. I try not to scrutinize other men. He's decently handsome. I'm far better looking.
Aber ich will so gerne das auswählen, um die Reaction zu sehen.
Ja, wir können es kurz auswählen und
Ja.
dann wieder zurückgehen. Einfach nur für die Reaction.
Ja,
Aber safe, sie will...
ja klar.
Ja, what the fuck is I try to... Was the fuck is scrutinize?
Ja, nicht so andere, also dass er sie so beschreibt oder so, oder schlecht zu reden.
Prüfen. I try not to prüfen other men. Scrutinize ist prüfen. Check. Examine.
Ja,
Ja, I guess he's decently handsome. Will sie hören, aber wir sagen einfach ein paar better looking jetzt so zum Joke. His face.
That's not what I asked. Aber dann fragst du jetzt Robert nochmal nach. You're just full of surprise today, aren't you, Michael?
It sounded funny in my head.
Das war lustig, hallo.
Ja.
I will admit, you do have a few things in common with me.
Such as...
He's not really all that masculine, and neither are you. You know, at least in appearance, you might make an okay prince.
Yeah.
You don't sound very flattered.
Why would I be? She said I wasn't masculine.
Not everyone has to be big and beefy. I like you just the way you are, Michael.
I know you're trying to make me feel better, but...
Well, that's the last of my questions. Ja, so hat's schon gepasst. You're not a complete stranger, it seems. Also,
Ja, aber die ersten zwei gut beantwortet
ja,
haben.
passt.
Scheiße.
Fahr bitte, Lucky.
Ja, das reicht.
Sure, why not? You can be my male's friend.
Why? Thank you.
This is great. I was sure you were a bad man.
Why is it that the first impression everyone has of me is never that I'm someone decent? I mean, look at you, bro.
Come on. Any friend of Mel's must be a good person. Jeder Freund von Harry ist auch ein Freund von mir.
Ja, wirklich, 1:1.
Wir sind kein Freund. No, an amazing person.
That's quite the faith you have in him.
Why wouldn't I? He's my big brother.
That's some circular logic.
Is it just you? Is Mel not coming?
He's rather busy at the moment.
Oh, he always has something to take care of, that man. He's hardly giving me any attention these past couple months, also genau wie in Deutsch. But that's okay, because today I've got you to keep me company. Hehe.
Yes, you do. I can't stay long, dude.
Alright, just stay until sundown then. You had something you wanted to ask me, didn't you? Well, if you're a good enough friend, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Okay, wir müssen jetzt ehrenlos einschleimen.
Ja.
And how do I go about that? Jetzt müssen wir Prinz spielen.
Talking, lots and lots of talking. You have to keep me entertained.
Oh Gott, das ist schlimm für mich hier.
Ja.
You're asking far too much of me.
So bin ich schon wieder rausgerutscht. She's not asking much at all. She just wants to talk.
You think someone who spent 13 years in isolation knows the first thing about holding a pleasant conversation?
Hey no, I was there for a year of that. Achso, von in den Isolationen. Ich dachte kurz, sie meinte so, sie war selber im Haus. Nee, aber sie war ein Jahr da. Mich so, ja. I'll help you come up with topics, so go on.
Können wir es aussuchen?
Do you not want to talk to me?
Yes, wir brauchen nur die Information. No, I do. I'm just not much of a conversationalist. Journalist.
Okay, then instead of talking... No, you can sing.
Jetzt kommt der Con singen so. Oh.
I've never seen a minstrel before, but I've always wanted to know what kind of songs they sing. Will you show me?
I've never seen one myself either, but I've heard second-hand accounts of the songs of traveling jongleurs. Very well then. I'll teach you a song an old acquaintance of mine heard while traveling.
Whee! I can't wait! Oh,
Hey!
Sorry, ich hab's
Sag
gesagt.
mal ja!
Sorry, ich hab... Here goes, sagt er einfach.
Here goes. Gesungen ist war anscheinend nicht so gut. Hier.
No,
The silence is deafening.
I'm shocked. I don't think I've ever heard someone sing so badly. Me neither. I'm flabbergasted.
Let's hear you try then.
That's enough singing for today.
Ja, genau.
I don't want my ears to fall off.
What a vicious little girl.
I know, let's bake something.
Bake something?
Yep, come on inside. I made some nice jam earlier today, and I want to make it into a pretty little pie. You get to help me with that.
I'm not much of a...
Come on, get a move on. You either help or you don't get to be my friend.
As you wish. Ja, ist sie abfuckend.
This is not going to end well.
Wir haben wieder geguckt.
Immer das, sie schweigt, sie selbst schweigt, Michi schweigt. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. How on earth do you manage to turn a pie into this monstrosity?
I gave it my best shot.
Nelly erinnert mich gerade ein bisschen, also vom Design her, an Nelly von Code Geass.
Dann müssen wir noch sie blind machen.
There's only one explanation. You're possessed. Ja, er ist wirklich possessed. It's true, he is, but I'm a perfectly good chef. Michel's just naturally terrible at it.
God, could this go any worse?
I can't give this to Mel. Jerk. Dimwit. Loser.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess we've got no choice but to eat it ourselves. I'll set the table. Am Ende schmeckt's voll gut.
What?
And I'll make us some tea while I'm at it.
Ja, muss aber auch so gut sein wie Zuko.
Mich sehr, sehr anregend. You know, I've always dreamed of this, sitting around a table with a friend, having snacks and just talking. Mir fällt gerade auf, ist Sukos Tee da nicht besser geworden kanonisch, weil er dann ihn der Gang gegeben hat, als er den Joke von Onkel Ivo erzählen wollte. Und keiner hat was gesagt.
Ja.
Oder haben keine so die
Tee-Expertise. Ja, kann aber auch sein, dass Iros Maßstab so Goated ist, weil er selber so einen Goat-Tee
auch. Aber ich glaube, wenn er Trash gewesen wäre, der Tee, dann hätte Katar ausgesagt.
Ja. Und kann sein, dass... Goddammit! Sorry. Kann sein aber, dass er jetzt über seine jahrzehntelang krassen Tee gelernt hat.
Obwohl natürlich war Suko dann gut mit Tee, was glaube ich, weil er war im Teeladen mit Onkel Iro. Der wurde dann gut. Okay.
Ja, und am Ende hat er ihn auch Tee gegeben, glaube ich. Ja, oder war es Iro?
Ja, wahrscheinlich war es Onkel Iro. You know, I've always dreamed of this sitting around the table with friends.
Oh?
Yep, and for that I can deal with a little awful, disgusting pie. It's just too bad I couldn't share it with my Mel too.
I see.
Hey, for all her complaining, she seems to be enjoying herself. I can only imagine how lonely she is out here. While she may act all bright and cheerful, beneath it is a real sense of isolation.
And the same can be said about the girl behind the first door. As vivacious, my bad, my Ernie, as she could be, you could see hints of loneliness behind it. And pushy as she could be, you could see hints of loneliness behind it all.
Yes. Her brother was practically all she had while she lived in the mansion. But if I were to guess, that's not the life she really wanted. I bet she would have preferred to be able to go out and play with friends.
Being born into a noble family takes away a lot of your freedom.
Yes. Even in such drastically different time periods, she's still the same girl inside. Actually, maybe the parallels extend beyond her as a person and into the curses of her two different lives. Courses. Sorry.
Perhaps that means all those who were reconstructed at Morgana's wish are destined to lead similar lives. Though destined might be putting it too nicely. Ja, was ist mit dir, Michael?
Destined.
Ja, weil Michael ist ja auch reconstructed. Nelly?
Aber bei... obwohl, nee, ich dachte so, er hat der Deal gemacht mit Morgana, aber der Deal mit Morgana war, Giselle zu beschützen.
I would be glad to lend you my ear if you would like. You can talk about the weather or your brother, anything you want.
You will? Great, take a seat. I've got lots of things to talk about. More than you can possibly imagine. And you never guess what Mel said next. That I mean more to him than anyone in the world. So I'm growing flowers out in the garden, right? Well, I've got enough of them. When I've got enough of them, I'm going to make a big bunket and give it to Mel. Back at home, we've got this really big yard with this huge tree we used to take naps under when it was nice out. So what do you think about the tea I made?
It's trash.
Hey, the flowers petal is what really ties it all together. Oh, and you won't believe what happened after that. Währenddessen mich die ganze Zeit so.
Kannst du nicht mal die Fresse halten, das reicht.
Care for another cup of tea?
Oh,
That's not okay. I'll make as much as you can drink.
no, thank you, I'm fine. I feel like all I did was nod and listen. And the bulk of it was about Mel, no less.
I haven't talked that much in ages, hehe. Time sure flew by, huh? Aber wir haben ihr Vertrauen jetzt geearnt mit
Ja, gib mir die Antworten, los!
unserer geschickten Manipulation.
Ja,
Distanz
unsere
ist
Puppe.
ja.
Do you and the nun not speak much?
We do, but it's kind of, I don't know, not really the same with her. It just feels, I guess, like she's too important for me to waste her time being the lady in charge of the church and pretty much the whole estate.
And what about Mel?
He's not here.
Does he not visit you very often?
No, he does. He comes to see me a lot.
Then why?
He hasn't been himself lately. My old Mel would always happily listen to whatever I had to say, but now he seems kind of distracted. It sounds like he's really busy. When he visits, he doesn't stay for long, and he has to go back to the mansion at night. I try to get him to stay longer, but it never works. And he always avoids the question when I ask him why he can't. It feels like he's hiding something.
Ja, er täuscht einen Girl. Knowing what he's hiding, I can understand why he wouldn't want to talk about it. He could never tell his precious little sister that he and two other men have a girl locked up in the tower and that he's stealing her blood for her sake.
I wish things would have stayed the way they were before.
The way they were before?
When it was just the two of us living together. I know we're more stable here, but I can't get the medicine I need from the church. And I can get the medicine I need from the church. But I'd rather stay being sick than be so alone.
You said you came here around 6 months ago?
Yep, it was just the two of us before that. Well, before that, at our old house, we had a bunch of servants. But I never really liked it there either. With that many people around, I just felt more alone. I liked it so much better when it was just me and Mel.
Is it really what you want? To be sick and in constant pain?
It's better than being alone. Mel doesn't get it. He doesn't understand that the loneliness is so much worse. Or maybe that's just a guy thing. They don't get what it's like to be ignored. What it feels like to be left in the dark, not knowing anything.
We don't understand, no. We think saving their lives matters above all.
Huh?
Even if there's a cost to saving dead lives,
Das ist so...
we're incapable of gauging how great it is.
Genau wie Michel Giselle gerettet hat, aber dann war sie Jahrhunderte lang allein.
We're unable to see how egotistical, how self-serving our actions are.
Are you talking about yourself?
The same could be said of Michel as well, I imagine.
Of Mel.
Yeah.
Du hast mich gelesen.
Oh.
Mel's still around though. He's there, but it's like he's trying to avoid me. All I want for him is to be here, to be with me. That's all I really want. He doesn't even have to be a perfect fairy tale prince.
Have you ever told him that?
What?
Have you ever told him that he doesn't have to be the perfect brother? That you'd be happy with just having him there? Have you ever put those feelings into words?
I'm always telling him I want him around.
And that he doesn't have to be a prince to do so?
He's already said he will be my prince. And he always smiles whenever I talk about it. So how am I supposed to turn around and say he doesn't have to be my prince anymore?
I know it's not your intention to force an ideal image onto him, but unconsciously, subconsciously, that's what you're doing when you talk like that. And Mel, he's trying to meet those expectations. Actually, he may not be conscious of it himself, and he just believes deep down that that's the kind of person he's supposed to be. Or more accurately, he seems to have a need to make himself look good to others. He believes that if he's good to others, they'll be good to him in return.
Am I a burden?
Yes, I can assure you he's better off with you around.
But I am a burden to him right now, aren't I? Be honest with me.
Yes, you are.
Does Mel not like me anymore? Is that why he's been avoiding me?
I promise you that's not the case. At the very least, he's doing what he's doing now because of how much he cares about you.
You promise?
I promise.
I love him. I love Mel so very much. Too much, in fact. To be honest, I know I do. I understand that, really. I know I'm making his life difficult. But Mel's all I have. He's the only person I can latch on to. And I can't control my feelings.
It can be difficult to tame your emotions at your age. There's nothing wrong with that. However, you should have taken stock of those emotions, sorted through everything you've got on your mind, and then sat down with him to talk it out. Even if those things you feel seem wrong or unspeakable. You should have opened up to him, taking the time to figure out what works best for the both of you. You too needed to face the things you carried in your heart, the things your brother carried in his. By not doing so, you end up never quite on the same page. Small misunderstandings piling up until it all comes crashing down. If they had just talked it out, communicated their feelings to one another, maybe the trilogy could have been avoided, even with Morgana's curse in play. If Nelly had only had a chance to come to grips with her feelings for Mel, then maybe things wouldn't have escalated the way they did. Her actions that night were arguably hysteric, but she wasn't always like that. I'm sorry. That was out of line. None of this is any of my business, I know.
No need to apologize. You're a very curious man, you know that?
Huh?
We only met a couple of hours ago, but you talk like you've known me my whole life. It's like you can hear everything I'm thinking, see everything in my heart. Did Mel tell you all of that?
No, he did not tell me much.
I didn't think so. He doesn't know me that well. It's not too late, is it? If I talk to him, really tell him how I feel, do you think Mel will listen?
I know he will.
It won't make things worse. Uncomfortable.
There's a chance that rifts may form at first, but those cracks can be filled again, and I promise you the results will be something much better than if you had held it in. It will all work out.
Okay. Next time I see Mel, I'll tell him. I'll tell him he doesn't have to try to be my prince.
Good, Anakin, good.
Hey, you really are a curious man. You're the first person to ever talk to me like I'm a real person. Everyone loves to say how sweet and adorable I am, but that's it. I was only ever their make-believe princess.
You are a real person, I assure you.
Thanks. You know, after talking to you, I'm feeling a whole lot better. Like I can do anything. I'm glad you came by today.
And I'm glad I could meet you in person.
It's weird. It really feels like we've known each other our entire lives.
Ha ha ha, I've known of you for some time. Or perhaps I should say, what you will become.
Oh, that's auch laut. Huh?
Be kinda sus, man. Oh, no, ignore me.
Bro, ist so wie, wenn Race immer sagt, was er denkt.
Ja.
Rutscht mir raus. Satoru.
Ja.
Was that supposed to be a pickup line? Bad, Michel. I'm still too young for that. Huh?
No, I wasn't.
And now you're getting flustered.
I swear, that's not what that was.
Sag jetzt so, she say. I know. Jeez, do you really think I trust you that little?
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, I just had the most wonderful idea.
Ooh.
Yep. Instead of being my friend, I'll let you be something even better. You're my second brother.
Second brother?
A brother is much more special to me than a friend. Though obviously you can't be my number one.
I'm blanking.
She's taken a liking to you. This is good for us.
Good.
Good manipulated.
Not sure how I feel about her putting so much trust in me so quickly, though.
The amount of time it takes isn't important. What matters is that you listen to her, you understand her, and you treated her like a real person. In her eyes, you're someone she can depend on. Do you not want me as your sister?
Actually, no. Actually, I was the youngest child, so having a younger sibling would be,
Would be what? Come on, spit it out.
it would be rather nice.
Hey. You bet it would. Who wouldn't want an adorable little sister like me?
That's a bit narcissistic, wouldn't you say?
Narcissistic, sag mal auf Englisch. Okay. Well, it's true, isn't it? Go on, tell me I'm adorable, dearest Michel. It's dearest Michel. What? Well, don't you stare at me. If my Mel were here, he wouldn't bat an eye.
Please, don't compare me to him. You know, now might be a good time to tell her about Morgana. Part of me feels like I would be taking advantage of her newly earned trust. But it'll certainly be easy to bring up now. Weil she holds me in such high regard. Ja, außerdem, wenn Mel das nächste Mal hinkommt und sie, Michel, Mel von Michel erzählt, dann so, no, do not trust him, trust him. Deswegen jetzt, she's much more likely to believe me.
You're right. I agree. Now's probably the best chance we get. Especially considering how little time we have, nur 3 Tage.
I can't shake the feeling I'm rushing things, but at this point, all I can do is go with it and pray it works out.
If we had the time, I think we'd all like to hold off. Nelly looks like she's having so much fun. And even you seem to be enjoying yourself.
No, I'm just...
It's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm having fun watching you myself. Let's do it. Let's tell her about Morgana. We have to do it at some point anyway.
Yes, let's... Nelly, do you mind if I ask you a question? Yes, I do mind.
What is it, dearest Michel? Ask me anything you want.
Have you heard of something called Saint's Blood?
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? You mean the medicine?
Yes, except it's not actually, it's called Meren.
I know, yeah.
What?
It's actually the Saint's blood, not medicine.
Huh? Sie weiß es.
Weiß ich es von der Nun?
Nein, die
Oder
weiß
von Mel. But no telling, okay, Mel hat's erzählt.
You... what?
One day before we moved here, when it was just me and Mel, the scientists came to visit.
Und doch?
My mind had been all foggy for a long time, like I was not quite asleep but not quite awake either. But when I heard her soft, pleasant voice, the fog cleared a bit. And then she performed a miracle for me. Blood is awful and gross and terrible, but the saintess, hers is different. Hers is pure.
So you're saying you know everything, Nelly? About the observation tower and...
Huh? The tower? What about it? Okay, stuff.
That's where they keep her.
What? No, the saintess is always in the chapel. Das war die erzählen mir die Wahrheit, glaube ich. Weißt du, ich meine? Kann das sein? Doch nicht? Okay.
Das ist einfach die Nonne, oder nicht? Die Saintess.
Wait, no, the saintess is always in the chapel and she stays with me here. She comes back at night.
Das hat ja Morgana gesagt, so, die Saintess
ich weiß.
took my place.
Ich weiß schon so, yeah, okay. In fact, she should be here any minute now. So, she thinks the saintess is
the nun, and not Morgana.
Und ich war selber confused.
No, Nelly, the blood comes from...
I'm really, really grateful to her. She didn't just perform the one miracle. She's been taking care of me while I'm here too. So whenever I see her, I always say thank you. I thank her for saving her blood with me, for sharing her blood with me. And she always says, it's nothing, with a big smile.
Nelly, no! The nun has no idea. She just assumes Nelly's thanking her for giving her the medicine.
I owe the saints my life.
No, Nelly! She's not the one you should be grateful to.
Huh?
Jetzt kommt aber die Nonne reingeplatzt. The girl you owe your life to has been locked up, suffering and alone, even as we speak.
But the saintess is at the church.
The girl who came to visit you is not the nun everyone calls the saintess. Her name is Morgana.
What are you talking about, Michel? The saintess is locked up? Stop that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Everything I'm telling you is the truth. Please believe me. While you were lying in bed, sick and barely conscious, did you get a good look at the saintess who gave you her blood?
No.
You didn't, did you? You couldn't make out any details because your mind was a haze. And then, when you arrived at that state, you met a woman who people called the saintess, giving out medication known as saint's blood. So you assumed she was the one who had cured you. That's the story you chose to believe.
If what you're saying is true, then where's the other saintess? The one who came to see me in the fucking tower?
At the top of the mansion's observation tower. The door to the tower is locked. She's imprisoned there.
And how do you know this?
Because...
I'm from the future.
It wouldn't be wise to tell her I'm from the future just yet. That would only serve to confuse her further. All I need is to convince her of right now is that Morgana is being held in the tower. That's an idea. Perhaps I can borrow from the story of the white-haired girl told Mel. I received a letter.
A letter?
There's a single window far out of reach in a chamber at the top of the tower. A dove flew in through the window, so she wrote a letter tying it to the bird's leg and releasing it in the hope someone would come and set her free. That letter ended up in my hands.
If that's the case, then who locked her up? Was it the Saintess, the one I know?
No, I don't believe the nun is aware. I think she's simply doing her job in good faith.
Was wäre auch nicht schlau zu sagen, ja, es ist Mel, Telefon. Weißt du? Weil
du?
Sie trustet ihn so sehr.
Ja, aber wir müssen Mel überzeugen, uns die Schlüssel zu geben. Und sie überzeugt dann Mel so, was tust du da?
Ja, na gut. Denn who? Michael.
I know very well that what I'm about to say will likely crush her. But I can't let that stop me.
Who would do such a terrible thing?
Nelly, I want you to brace yourself for what I'm about to
Ich
say.
hab das Gefühl, wir crashen jetzt rein oder so.
Ja, sie hat ja gesagt, die Nonne kommt gleich her.
Ja.
There are 3 men participating in Morgana's imprisonment. And one of those 3 is your brother, Mel. I understand that's the last thing you wanted to hear. But please believe me, I would not say something so upsetting lightly. I wish to save Morgana, the true saint. And I would like your assistance. Without your help, I can't get her out of that tower. I need you to get through to Mel, otherwise both he and Morgana will remain entrapped.
That's not true. That's impossible.
Nelly.
You're lying. You have to be. My man would never do something so horrible. You're a terrible liar.
It's true, I swear to you.
You think I'm going to believe that? My Mel's an amazing, wonderful person. He's not cruel and evil. He's good and kind, like a prince. And a prince would never lock someone up.
I know you're not blind, Nelly. You can see that all your prince talk has been putting pressure on him.
So, you think that's going to change my mind?
Yes.
He has no reason to do any of that.
But he does, Nelly. He's certainly not happy about it, no, but he's doing it for you.
What do you mean?
He needs her blood to keep you healthy. So, to ensure he always had a supply.
But no, he...
And despite that, Saint's blood probably doesn't even have healing properties. No one benefits from doing this. Not you, not me, and certainly not Morgana.
Not you. But me. Not you.
And I don't think anyone can stop him except you.
Mel won't listen to me.
Did you not just say you would talk things through with him?
Just shut up. Stop talking already.
Shut up!
I'm done listening to you.
Nelly!
I'll never believe you. You're not my brother anymore. You're just a horrible, horrible man. Who do you think you are to march in here and try to make my Mel into the bad guy? And after I made you my second brother. What's wrong with you? I trusted you. I ate nasty pie and had tea with you. But you're just a mean, evil man here to turn me against my Mel.
I know you don't want to believe me. But I'm telling you the truth. Every word. I beg you to open your eyes. Ja, nicht every word, aber ja. Ask him yourself.
Welches Wort nicht?
Ja, mit der Letter.
Achso,
Da kann ich sagen, dass es von der Zukunft ist.
ja.
If you don't believe me, then ask Mel about Morgana. I guarantee you, he'll panic.
Enough! Enough already! Get out of here! Get out! This instant!
Nelly.
Don't say my name! Just go away! Get out of here! Now!
Machen, machen!
I don't want to see you ever again! I should have chased you off the moment I saw you. Get out! Now!
I pray you can find it in yourself to open your eyes and face the truth.
Get out!
One last thing before I go, Nelly. Ich verstehe nicht, was du sagst.
Offscreen, ey.
Aber was hast du gesagt?
Das kann es nicht sein. Es war selbst so ein geheimer Plan oder so ein Scheiß.
It was my only option. My only option, I know that. But I feel like all I could accomplish... What? But I feel like all I accomplished by telling her was bringing her more pain. It's a difficult balance.
We just have to pray that you were able to get through to her. I'm sure she'll come around.
If only we had a little more time. In 3 days it will all be over. Morgana and the entire web of people connected to her will die. That's not enough time. Let's return to the mansion and look for Mel. I would like to speak with him. If there's a chance we can get even the smallest bit of Nelly's feelings through to him, maybe he'll have a change of heart.
Hopefully.
It's hardly going to be elegant, but it's what must be done. Ja, Freunde, an der Stelle würde ich sagen, nehmt die Like-Button auseinander. Keine Ahnung, was für Jugend, ehrlich gesagt.
Du kannst ja das überschreiben, oder?
Ja, schon, aber...
Warum nicht?
Egal. Lasst ein Abo da, Freunde, checkt an der Partplays Videos, Streams ab. Lasst die Glocke, abonniert den Kanal und ja, Freunde, wiederschauen und...
Reingehauen.
Ciao.